I'm Feliks Banel for the Seattle Channel. We're here at Oxbow Park in South Seattle, home of the world-famous Hat and Boots, which is from the 1956 Premium Tex gas station. Anyway, today we're going to drive the route you used to have to take through Seattle before there was a viaduct or a freeway or anything like that. And that was back in 1950. So the perfect car to take that trip is a 1950 Chevy, and that's where Don Williams comes in. So Don, thanks for letting us use your car today. What is it actually? What are we looking at here?
Looking at a two-door Fleetline Deluxe with the automatic transmission.
Are you ready to help recreate what driving in Seattle would have been like in 1950?
I will go slowly.
Well, I've got these old maps. Let's see if we can figure out how we're going to get there, okay?
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm always glad when she starts.
We're going to hook up with, let's see if I can get this straight here, East Marginal Way South, which in 1950, before the viaduct was built and long before I-5 was ever built, that was part of the main north-south highway that went through Seattle. If you were trying to get through Seattle as fast as you can, this was the way you had to go. Do you get lots of thumbs up and smiles from people driving this thing around?
I do. People of a certain age.
This is experimental history, Don. We're mapping. It's Lewis and Clark. And I know along this street, along 4th Avenue, there's all these great things. There's like these motels and old drive-in restaurants and things, and that I think there's even an elephant car wash down here. So it makes sense that this was at one point, this was the main north-south route, was 4th Avenue. How's the car doing? Is the temperature good? Fuel?
Seems to be.
All right, so we're getting into some typical downtown Seattle congestion here coming up. I don't know what this is all about.
One man who does know all about typical downtown Seattle congestion is Dong Ho Chang, the city's traffic engineer. We caught up with him at the Municipal Archives to talk about the Alaskan Way Viaduct. When it was built in the 1950s, the viaduct transformed the old Surface Street Highway 99 into an expressway.
I love the viaduct. I think it's a very iconic and a very efficient structure, but it does have, lots of, because of its old history and the nature of the structure, it is vulnerable, and we are in a very seismic active area, so we want to make sure that we provide a safe facility for our citizens.
The new tunnel under construction that'll replace the viaduct will make Highway 99 safer, and you'll still be able to cruise right through downtown Seattle without stopping, just like drivers did when the viaduct and Don Williams Chevy were brand new more than 60 years ago.
I think we're returning to the past, just like back to the future, right?
Back to the present, we're still making our way north on the old path of Highway 99.
Okay, see, so it says 4th Avenue South, City Center, right 2 lanes. That's where we want to stay, so we're in the right spot here. Well, I don't want to jinx anything, but this recreating this freeway drive or pre-freeway drive through Seattle has been pretty smooth so far. So we just crossed Dearborn. That's where US 10 would have dumped off onto US 99. That probably would have been a big choke point back in those days at certain times of day, right? If people are coming in on US 10 and heading north or south on 99.
So we go straight up 4th.
We're going up 4th. Yep, this is the route. So really, for people driving in from the south, right? We're coming through the front porch, the front door, the grand entryway, the portico, the foyer, the vestibule, whatever metaphor you want to use. This is it for the city right here. This is how we said welcome to Seattle 68 years ago. A lot of people didn't want to be welcome to Seattle 68 years ago because they were just trying to drive through, and that's why this was such a pain in the neck to have 99 going on surface streets. There's some great old photographs of looking north on Westlake from Pike Street. You can see all the way north. You can see Lake Union. You can see everything. Okay, so here's where things change a little bit, right? Turn right on Olive. Yep, that's right. You don't have signals. Anyway, we turned right on Olive because we were trying to get over to Westlake. I think you can turn from this lane legally too. Yeah, it's a little faded. But...
Nice car.
Thank you. One of your admirers.
You could pick up ladies in this car, I guess. I'm single, so I guess it would work. So you want me to turn on this one?
Yep. Westlake, at this point here, the traffic on US 99 on Westlake would turn left onto 7th. But you can't do that anymore because 7th is now a one-way street. Thanks for buying into the premise, okay? I know it's a little complicated, and I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate your help, because driving downtown is something I rarely do anymore. So far, so good.
And look, we're right here at the Amazon spheres.
What is that?
That's the new Amazon greenhouse. It's like, I think it's a tribute to the Bubbleator from the World's Fair.
Please step to the rear of the sphere.
When Seattle comes to the future fork in the road, it always takes the future, right? It always takes the fork that goes to the future. Kind of the opposite of what we're doing today. before they rerouted it, 7th would have taken you right onto Aurora there to go north up across the bridge. So we'll turn left here, and then we'll go to the Elephant Car Wash. So Don, okay, so that was pretty good. I mean, I don't think it took any longer than usual to get through town, but
No.
we didn't really have any hiccups. I mean, what did you learn from going through Seattle on the old highway?
There's a good portion of it as it was then, but we have these dramatic changes in the skyline.
I like how we got so many people waving to us and saying how they like your car. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's part of the fun of having it.
And I like that you don't have any turn signals.
Yeah, well, that's a right turn, slow down, stop, that's a left turn.
All right, well, I really appreciate you letting us borrow you and this beautiful car to help recreate driving through Seattle in 1950. We couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle Channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.